Marriage, maybe not as bad as you think. Chapter 1, The Storm of Forced Marriage. When did you get married? I'm almost 30, and if I don't find a partner, my family will die in a hurry. On the other end of the line came the mother's anxious voice. Lu Kings listened and sighed. This is the nth time this month that I have been urged to marry. Mom, I know, I'll go on a blind date this time, don't rush anymore, okay? Hanging up the phone, Lu Kings rubbed his temples, his heart full of helplessness. She didn't expect this kind of blind date for a long time, at most it was in the form of coping with parents. Chapter 2 Confession on the Blind Date Scene. Lu Kings wore a simple shirt and jeans and came to the agreed cafe. The man was already sitting there with a gentle smile on his face. Hello, my name is Shen Qinian. The man stood up, his tone soft. Lu Kings sat down and said bluntly, I don't have any expectations for marriage, and this blind date is just to deal with parents. After hearing this, Shen Qinian's smile deepened, try it, maybe the matter of getting married is not as bad as you think. Lu Kings was stunned, a familiar voice flashed in his mind, and his former ex-boyfriend also said the same thing. Chapter 3, The Shadow of the Past. It was 5 years ago, and she and her ex-boyfriend Gu Xinyan were in the coffee corner of the library. Marriage, Qingzi, don't be too afraid, try to feel it. Gu Xinyan's eyes were warm. The breakup of the two was as silent as the wind, but it left a deep trace in her heart. Lu Kings didn't know if he was ready to believe in love again. Chapter 4 Shen Qinian's Gentle Persistence. Shen Qinian was not in a hurry or impatient, and gave Lu Kings space. He would remember the coffee flavors she liked, care about the stress of her work, and occasionally send a small surprise. Lu Kings felt a hint of warmth, and the wall of his heart seemed to begin to crack. But she is still afraid of being hurt and keeps her distance. Chapter 5, An Unexpected Crisis. Late one night, Lu King suffered a major setback at work and fell into a mood breakdown. Shen Qinian suddenly appeared, stayed up late with her, and listened to her heart. At that moment, Lu Kings felt real reliance for the first time. However, when the news came, Gu Xinyan suddenly returned to China, as if he wanted to redeem it. Chapter 6, The Collision of Past and Present. Gu Xinyan came to the door and tried to explain the misunderstanding in the past and show his intentions. Lu Kings was in a dilemma, and Shen Qinian also felt the pressure. The relationship between the three begins to get complicated. Lu Kings realized that he had to face the past and make a real choice. Chapter 3, The Choice of the Heart. Lu Kings walked to the riverside alone, and memories came flooding back to his heart. Gu Xinyan is the memory of her youth, and Shen Qinian is the warmth of reality. She asked herself, what do you want? Is it nostalgia for the old days, or is it the possibility of the future? Chapter 8 Sincerity and Relativity. Lu Kings asked Shen Qinian and Gu Xinyan to meet together. The three of them communicate frankly, there is no quarrel, only understanding and respect. Shen Qinian said, I don't want to be a burden in your heart, I am willing to wait, and I am willing to walk by your side. Gu Xinyan said, I will use time to make up for my past mistakes, but I also wish you happiness. Lu Kings finally understood that love is not a passive wait, but an active choice. Chapter 9, A New Beginning. Lu Kings chose Shen Qinian because he brought real warmth and future. She decided to let go of her past and stop being afraid of marriage. The two began to plan for the future, and the family was finally reassured. And Gu Xinyan left, with a mood of blessing and growth. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 10, Wedding Surprises. On the day of the wedding, Lu Qing's felt happiness that he had never felt before. Just as he was taking the oath, Gu Shenyan suddenly sent a gift, a letter, which read, "May you be happy, sincerity is the best blessing." Lu Qing smiled and held Shen Qinian's hand. "Try it, maybe the marriage is really not as bad as I thought." Chapter 11, The Truth of Married Life. After the wedding, Lu Qing's and Shen Qinian moved into a new home. Life is starting to get back on track, but marriage isn't as perfect as a fairy tale. During the day, Lu Qing's is busy with work, while Shen Qinian is responsible for housework and occasional cooking. Sometimes, the two argue over trivial matters in life, such as the order of washing dishes, or the variety of groceries. Lu Qing's found that marriage is more about running in intolerance, rather than passion and romance. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 12, Unexpected Contradictions and Growth. Once, Lu Qing's was depressed when he went home because of the pressure of work, but Shen Qinian couldn't understand her exhaustion. The two broke out into a fierce quarrel, and each had unspoken grievances in their hearts. The next day, Shen Qinian took the initiative to buy the coffee she liked and tried to make up for it. Lu Qing's also reflected on himself and learned to express his needs. This contradiction made the two understand that love is not only sweet words, but also understanding and communication. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 13, The Challenge of Reuniting Old Friends. One day, Lu Qing's met his friend Suze Hylan, whom he hadn't seen for many years, in the company, and she showed subtle concern for Lu Qing's marriage. "Can marriage really make you happy? Are you sure you didn't get married because you were lonely?" Suze Hylan asked as if challenged. Lu Qing's fell into deep thought and began to question his original decision. Suze Hylan's words are like a mirror, making her re-examine the meaning of marriage. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 14, Shen Qinian's Secret. Lu Qing stumbled upon Shen Qinian hiding a secret. He was preparing a business plan, which he had never told her. Shen Qinian was afraid of failure, and he was also afraid of dragging Lu Qing's down. Faced with the frank Shen Qinian, Lu Qing's chose to support. The two work together to meet the challenges, and the marriage grows stronger. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 15, A New Life in Life. A few months later, Lu Qing's found out that she was pregnant. The news surprised and panicked her. After all, she also had to juggle work and family. Shen Qinian fully supported, and the two prepared to welcome the arrival of a new life together. During this time, Lu Qing's felt unprecedented happiness and responsibility. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 16, The Trials of the Family. The hardships of pregnancy and the pressure of the workplace made Lu Qing's physically and mentally exhausted. Once, she had an emotional breakdown because of poor results in her prenatal checkup. Shen Qinian accompanied him, and the two frankly exchanged each other's fears and expectations. This test made them know how to cherish each other more, and the bond of marriage was stronger. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 17, The Arrival of New Life. The successful birth of the baby brought infinite laughter and hope to this small family. Lu Qing's and Shen Qinian took turns to take care of them, and experienced many tired and touching moments. The birth of a child made them deeply realize that the meaning of marriage is not just for two people, but a new responsibility and future. Underscore 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 on. Chapter 18, The True Truth of Love. After experiencing the ups and downs of life, Lu Qing's finally understood that marriage is not flawless, but sincerity and tolerance are the strength that supports everything. Shen Qinian is still so gentle, and Lu Qing's has gradually learned to let go of the shadow of the past and accept the happiness of the present. She smiled and said to herself, "Try it, the marriage is really not as bad as I thought." Chapter 19, an incomprehensible exploration of old feelings. Life gradually returned to calm, but an email from Gu Xinyan once again stirred Lu Qing's heart. In the email, Gu Xinyan shared his life abroad and expressed his blessings and thoughts for her. This caused Lu Qing's to fall into mixed emotions, and she began to wonder if she really let go of the past completely. Shen Qinian noticed her strangeness, and did not question, but just quietly accompanied her. Chapter 20, The Boundaries and Freedom of Marriage. Lu Qing's and Shen Qinian decided to give each other more space. They discussed how to maintain their interests and friends in their busy lives. Shen Qinian encouraged Lu Qing's to sign up for painting courses and pursue his dreams when he was young. Lu Qing's also supported Shen Qinian to participate in the entrepreneurship forum and expand his network. The two understand that marriage is not a bondage, but a stage for growing together. Chapter 21, The Power of Overcoming the Storm. Just when the relationship between the two gradually stabilized, Shen Qinian's startup company encountered an economic crisis. A sudden bankruptcy storm left him facing financial difficulties and self-doubt. Lu Qing's never gave up, and spent his spare time accompanying Shen Qinian to help him reorganize his plan. They survived the toughest moments together, and their relationship became more unbreakable. Chapter 22, An Unexpected Family Gathering. The parents suddenly decided to visit early, which caught Lu Qing's and Shen Qinian off guard. Parents' excessive concern and traditional attitudes have brought about a slight family turmoil. Lu Qing's had to find a balance between her parents and her husband, showing her calmness and wisdom. This gathering also allowed the two families to understand each other better and resolve the previous misunderstanding. Chapter 23, The Boundary Between Friendship and Love. Lu Qing's friend Suze Hailan reappeared, this time bringing a confused love story. She confided in Lu Qing's about her emotional frustration, and Lu Qing's used her experience to support her. Suze Hailan looked at Lu Qing's happiness and rethought the direction of her life. This friendship made Lu Qing's cherish his happiness even more. Chapter 24, An Unexpected Reunion and Spiritual Reconciliation. In a painting exhibition, Lu Qing's unexpectedly met Gu Xinyan. The two maintain a mature and peaceful attitude, sharing their lives and growth with each other. Gu Xinyan said that he had really let go and wished her happiness in the future. Lu Qing's felt a kind of relief in his soul, and he also strengthened his determination to spend his life with Shen Qinian. Chapter 25, Promises for the Future. Lu Qing's and Shen Qinian are on the balcony of their home, overlooking the lights of the city. They talk about their future plans and dreams, and they are no longer afraid of the unknown. Shen Ke shook her hand and said, "No matter what the future holds, let's go on together." Lu Qing smiled and nodded, his heart was full of steadfastness and expectation.